Okay, awesome. We're recording. All right, guys, we are beyond excited that you guys are here right now because that means that you are ready to rock and roll this year. Getting started off just very, very strong. You have this goal set in mind for yourself, for your business, and you are ready to go all in to make it happen. And I know that we have been like anxiously awaiting the start of this week because we've been in a group message with each other and we've just been super pumped for what's to come, to just see the growth and the leadership that takes place with all of you guys and your businesses as you're going to be growing your teams. And we hope that you are really excited because I have like butterflies. Like I always get like this before we do a group like this. It just makes me so happy to see ladies in our network, in our downline, just absolutely ready to rock it. So tonight, I'm going to kick it off just by talking about a couple of things as far as the expectations go in this group, basically what we're going to be asking of you guys, what we want you guys to be pushing for in this group. We're also going to go over that commitment sheet. So if you printed that off, kudos to you, pat yourself on the back. If you haven't yet, please make sure that you do so because we are going to be signing those tonight all together, just so we can kind of make sure that we are all on the same page as we go into the next 6 weeks of this group. So kind of like, I can honestly go back and forth. And as you guys are hearing from any of the leaders of this group, if you guys have questions about anything, please utilize the chat. We are going to be doing all questions at the end of this. So let's go ahead and rock it. All right. So as far as expectations for this group, you are in this group for a reason, right? Like you are excited about being in this group. You're excited for what's to come for your business, to see the growth and to really take that role as a leader for your team. Whether you have one coach right now and no coaches right now, or 5 coaches right now, right? No matter where you are in your business, this is a place where we want you guys to truly push yourselves to really get outside of your comfort zone. So with that being said, we want you guys to truly go all in with this group and to really commit to going all in and committing to what that actually means. So in this group, we are going to be having a weekly call every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And now this, what'd you say? Oh, I thought she was talking to me. Sorry. Why can I not hear her?
I can't hear her either.
I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, that was my topic. Oh. Well, I was going over this commitment sheet. Sorry, I won't go into detail about any of that. So we're going to be having a call every single Wednesday night, which we really want you guys to make it a priority to be on this call. We know that sometimes life happens, but we are having the opportunity to hear from some amazing people. So part of your commitment to this group is being on these calls. We're also going to be going live, the leaders in this group, every week. And if you cannot watch it live at the time that we are going live in the group, obviously it's going to stay in the group for the entirety of the group. So we just want you guys to really prioritize watching that because we are going to be sharing really useful tips and information that is only going to benefit you. So again, that's something on that commitment sheet that we really want you guys to make a priority. And kind of going along with that every single day, making it a priority to set business hours for yourself. We are going to have a tracker system, which someone's going to talk a little bit more in detail about, whether you use a tracker system that we share or you already have one that's going great for you. With that, we want you to set those business hours for yourself every day so that you can be doing the things that are going to be those income producing activities for your business that will really help you do your vitals, keep track of your vitals, that will help you take yourself to the next level, take your business to the next level, and really help you rise up as a leader. And setting up business hours for yourself every single day, whether it's 30 minutes a couple times a day or an hour or 2 hours during nap time, figuring that out for yourself. So going along with that, setting those business hours and tracking what you are doing, every Wednesday, we are going to have a post that you are going to be sharing your tracker in. It's just a way for you to see like, okay, this is what I've done this week. Hold yourself accountable too for actually getting that work done. And of course, it's very easy to go in there and just check boxes off. But at the same time, like, you have to hold yourself accountable. And if you aren't seeing any moves or any, you're not making any moves in your business, and you have to like make that reality check and be like, okay, am I actually doing as much as I should be doing? Right? Like, am I actually pushing myself to send more invites than I have been? Or am I making more connections or am I not making enough connections that I need to be? So that's going to be one of those first things on the commitment form, is setting the time for your business hours and checking in every single week. It is so helpful when you have a place that you can hold yourself accountable, because you also help encourage others and you help them hold themselves accountable. And it may motivate someone else to send more invites or make more connections. So that's the first thing. Second thing, watching the live videos. I already touched on that. And the weekly calls Wednesday at 9 p.m. Just really making those a priority, because like you're going to hear, like, we have some top coaches in our network coming to speak to us, and we really want you guys to show up for this and to be able to hear from them and hear their stories. So definitely making that priority as well. And the next thing is acknowledging the fact that there is a task to strive for every week in this group. We really want you guys to commit to pushing yourself to making that goal happen. I know that there may be some emeralds already in this group, and as you saw in that prize tier, that was like one of the steps, which Jennifer went in there and commented, if you're already an emerald, here's where you're going to start. But just knowing that you have sort of like a guideline for this group, that every week you're going to be pushing for a certain goal, and we want you guys to commit to working hard to make that happen. And if it doesn't happen that week, that's okay. It's going to follow through into week 2 and week 3, right? But we want to have those guidelines so that way you can see what you're capable of and then get celebrated for reaching that goal, no matter when you hit it. So really pushing yourself to do your best to reach those goals, because it's only going to help you have something to push for every single week. And the last thing on the commitment form is consistency is really good too. Constantly being a learner, sharing your successes and your struggles, playing an active role in this group by participating, right? Like engaging with others in this group. Maybe you can't do a power hour at a certain time, but there's 6 other people who work full-time jobs, and you guys can all power hour together. Like thinking outside of the box and leading something that works for you guys too. And just being an encouragement for all the other ladies in this group. I know it makes a group a lot more fun when we do things like this, right? And we're constantly supporting each other and we're cheering each other on, because we all have goals and we should want to see everyone else succeed in this network. And I know that like a lot of ladies on here already know each other and we're good friends, and like we do power hours together, which is really awesome. And we want to see more of that, because we should be cheering each other on and patting each other on the back for our successes, and just having a place where we can talk about this stuff is so important. And so as we're going through those little lines next to each of those little blurbs, initial that if you are ready to commit to making that a priority, to making all those things a priority, to making this group something that you really want to push for and that you are excited about, and then signing that you are going to make those things happen, because it's just going to help build excitement. And when you have that posted somewhere where you can see it every single day, at the end of the day, you're going to be like, okay, did I do the things that I needed to do to move my business forward, to move the needle in my business? And that's what's going to help you continuously crush it every single week throughout this group. So we are really excited. We hope that you guys are too. And I will push it on to whoever is next. I don't remember the order.
I think it was Amber, or maybe it might have been Emily.
I think it's me next.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Emily, and I'm so excited that you guys are on this call and pushing to reach really big goals really fast. I just really want to encourage you to consider this a big push season. 6 weeks, just like go all in for 6 weeks. And when you're thinking of slowing down, like just remember the commitment you just signed and think, I can do this for 6 weeks, push hard, reach these goals. And I'm going to talk about prizes because we all like prizes, right? So I'm going to put in the chat all of the prizes that I want to go over. We've kind of outlined them to be in order for like prize 1, that's kind of your week 1 goal, week 2 goal, but you don't have to hit that at a certain date. It's just kind of a good outline for you to map out to get to reaching diamond. So for week 1, and even if you're starting at emerald, you can still think of this as week 1, enroll a coach. Week 2, emerald coach. So enroll 2 coaches. Week 3, hit Success Club 5. So that's 3 coaches. But really you want to add 4 coaches total. By week 4, you're going to try to get 6 active coaches. That's going to be your goal. And then week 5 is going to be 6 active coaches plus 1 emerald. And week 6 would be diamond. So 4 or 6 active coaches, and actually it'll be 8 active coaches and 1 emerald on each side, each leg. So the prizes for week 1 is going to be your shaker cup sleeve. This is just a sleeve to go on your shaker cup. I have 2 of them. They are wonderful. Prize 2, a shaker cup. Prize 3 is going to be a personalized Boss Babes tank top. And then week 4, or whenever you hit tier 4, that will be a mini ring light. I don't know if you guys have those, but I'm using one now. They're really nice to work with. Tier 5 is a personalized planner, and tier 6 is a summit allowance from your coach. So you'll just get with your coach and decide, they'll let you know what your summit allowance is for reaching diamond once you reach diamond and hold that for 6 weeks. So these prizes are going to go just along with your income that you're going to be reaching, commissions with your customer signups as well. We just wanted to give some sort of fun incentives to really help you push for these next 6 weeks. So I think that covers everything. I'm not sure who's next.
Amber, I think it was you next for the calls and stuff.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm like trying to get my laptop to work. Now I'm on my iPhone. Okay, so you guys, we are so excited, and I'm so excited to talk about, like Haley mentioned briefly, we have amazing calls and speakers lined up for you guys. I don't like how I can't see everybody. I'm staring at myself. So over the next 6 weeks, we are going to have 4 guest speakers. We're going to have 4 guest speakers come in here on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Please, please, please. We'll shout out the dates and give you guys all that information. But please put that in your calendar. And it is so crucial to be on those calls because, one, these people in the network, they are lending us their time. They are, making the commitment to us, which is like we should all be super excited for, super grateful for, because they are some pretty amazing people in the company. Should I tell them who we have? Or so we are going to have our first official this is the kickoff call, but we're going to have our first guest speaker, and it's going to be Lindsay. So Lindsay is going to be on here, and she is going to, I believe it's just about vision and belief when it comes to, pushing for diamonds. We are going to have Lori, and we are going to have Marin. If you guys don't know who Marin is Lori's coach. So Lori and Marin are obviously a part of our upline. Lindsay is too. And then I'm super excited because I know when I came into coaching, this person was somebody that I looked up to and still do. But Megan Ewaldson has agreed to do a call for us. We're talking to her right now. She actually messaged me back and I just messaged her. But I'm super excited for it. But they're going to be, just pouring into us and giving us helpful motivation when it comes to, the next 6 weeks of this journey. So get excited. Like I said, maybe tonight or tomorrow we'll like come up with maybe a calendar, or we'll share the date so you guys can mark it, so you know you are ahead of the game and have everything. Aside from the guest speakers, your coaches, are going to be showing up every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, morning, mid-afternoon, and going live with some sort of topic. So it would be great if you guys could jump on, but like Haley said, if you can't, no big deal. It will be in the group because it is a live video. We'll comment, like, let's say Tuesday in the afternoon or whatever, and ask if you guys have any questions for us, and then we'll try to address those along the way. But other than that, we're just super excited. We have amazing people lined up. We can't wait to pour into you guys ourselves. And then to end this group, we're going to have, just like we're kicking it off, we're going to have a celebratory call to celebrate all of you guys and your hard work and your milestones for the next 6 weeks. So who is next?
I think it's me. So here's where I want to just like have a little moment with you guys. That was a lot of information. We've been on this call for 20 minutes and you just got thrown all these expectations, all these things we want you to commit to, all these things you have to do, these goals, these crazy things, right? You are not going to achieve those if you don't lean into the people in this group. You are not going to achieve those if you don't have a real open and honest moment with yourself and say, this is my 6 weeks. These 6 weeks belong to me. They belong to my future. They belong to my 2020. And I'm going to hit every damn goal that I set for myself because I'm going to lean in. So as much as we want you to commit and we want you to be excited, it's okay to be nervous, right? It's okay to be scared shitless. I mean, if I were you guys, I'd be like, whoa, 6 weeks? You want me to do all that? Holy moly, maybe you've been a coach for 2 years and you've hit one of those goals, right? So, right? Okay, see, it's okay to feel this way. People feel this way. But what we want you to know is that that's what this group is. That's why we created the group. That's why we're not just pushing you to do this on your own. We're not just saying, hey, Whitney, hey, Tasha, hey, Sydney, I want you to go and I want you to hit diamond in 6 weeks. We're saying we want you to come here and we want to all hit diamond in 6 weeks together. And we want to create an income together, right? So we really just want to encourage you, use the group. Like Haley said, get groups together that you're going to power hour with. Like, really, if you don't lean in, you are not going to find the success. I know that's blunt and I know that's straightforward and I'm really not good at that. Ask Stephanie Anthony. But it's so true. It's so true. And you can ask anybody who has sat here as a diamond coach and led anything. We did not get here alone. I did not get here alone. Stephanie didn't get here alone. Haley didn't get here alone. Emily didn't get here alone. And Amber didn't get here alone. We got here because we leaned into the other people we were running with. So it's time, sister. Lean in and find your group of people that you're going to run with. And that's us. That's all of us. So we are here for you. And now Stephanie's going to talk about how you're going to hold each other accountable and how you're going to lean in.
All right. So you guys have heard of trackers. You probably printed 10 of them if you're a little bit more of a seasoned coach. If you have figured out something that works for you, keep using it. But in this group, there is a, what was the name of it? There's a tracker in the file section of this group, and it is called the Vision in Progress Tracker. The tracker is laid out very, very easy. So it tells you each day exactly what it is that you need to be doing. It's a little bit different than the Beachbody Business Activity Tracker. It has it's laid out Thursday to Wednesday because that's the Beachbody week. And then it also has how you should be approaching your stories. So it makes it super, super easy. You know, sometimes in our stories, especially as a newer coach, you find it hard to find your voice or you find it hard to be yourself. So it's laid out there in the tracker. exactly what it is that you should be putting in your story. Of course, if you want to put more of your kids or more of, you went to a concert, whatever, of course, but it's laid out there for you to really make it easy for you. If you have just kind of been winging it, say you're inviting, but you don't know how many invites you send a day, use the tracker. That was me. Before I wasn't using a tracker, I was not seeing my business move forward. When I started using a tracker is when I started seeing my business move forward. And, I was the one who's like, I don't need a tracker. I got this. No. So use the tracker every single day, and you will see what it is that you are doing and what it is that you are not doing. At the bottom of the tracker, it says to check in with your success partner. If you don't have a success partner, I urge you to find a Beachbody girlfriend in here right now. Because it is imperative for your growth to have somebody that you can really work closely with. It makes such a difference. And then on the bottom, it has the transformation in Reset 9. I wanted to go over that in case some of you guys don't know what that is. Transformation in Reset 9 is you should have a transformation photo in your Instagram feed in the top 9 photos. You really should be posting it every Tuesday. I'm not going to get into complete detail about that right now, but it should be in your top 9. So as you're adding posts, you have to make sure that somewhere in those top 9, there is a transformation. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the tracker. It's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure that you are using it. And when you see you don't check boxes off, you'll be able to improve off of that and see where you're lacking, where you're not lacking, and then really be able to focus on that. You want to really focus on your income producing activities. And the number one income producing activity is inviting. And it's something that a lot of us lack. We think, oh, we're making a cute graphic for our challenge group, but that's not producing income for you. So maybe that's at the bottom of your list for the day. Make sure you get your invites in and you will see your business move forward.
Does anybody have questions? Please feel, I think I saw Whitney asked a question. Emily, I know you used that tracker before, and I was actually the same question, what the little squares and rectangles were that were like surrounding different numbers of invites. Do you know?
Right. Those are the bare minimums. So what's circled, that's just like if you're having a hard day, like at least get those in, but you want to strive for the most, but that way you're making action every day at least.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And if you're like a brand spanking new coach on here and half of this sounds like Spanish, yeah, it's okay. That's okay, right? It sounds like Spanish and that's cool. We all had to learn English at some point. And you'll learn so fast. It will come. That's what the live videos are for. That's what, there's more than just live videos. We're going to be posting different resources. So like that's what.
Are you guys going to be posting things like what to say and who to talk to and yada, yada, yada?
There are some different scripts in there too. That will be an example. I think that's also where Stephanie was saying where the success partner thing comes in. So Stephanie and I are success partners and we invite and follow up very differently. So sometimes when we need like a refresher, we just like go to our success partner and say, hey, I wrote a new invite. Will you help me tweak it? Or, hey, I'm really at a loss for a follow-up to do right now. What are you sending that's working? Alyssa Tafflinger and I did that yesterday. Hey, can we switch follow-ups because my follow-up's not working anymore? So I think that in addition to the resources, like, again, let's go back to leaning in and like, if it's just not working, post in the group. I'm not opposed to that. Is anybody else opposed to them posting in the group, asking questions? Yeah. So like post in the group if you have a question and like, you're probably going to have like a billion comments on it, right? Like we're all going to come and help you. So
I think that's the most important thing is that I can guarantee you that whoever asks a question in here, at least 8 to 10 people are going to have the same question, which is awesome because people who may have had that question a month ago that asked their coach, they will have an answer that helps them. And another person will have an answer. A seasoned coach will have an answer. And so you can kind of play around and figure out like what sounds best for you or tweak it so it can sound like it's coming from your voice. And again, I think that's really cool too. Like it's a great part of, you are in a what do you call it? Like a new coach training. Like we have our new coach training. We have the resources there in our team page and all these different places in the Flawless Empire, right? Like we have so many tools, but as great as it is to have those tools, if you're not taking action on them and you're not, you're not leaning in, like Jennifer said, and you're not taking advantage of this community and you're not talking to people about it and figuring out like, hey, let's make this work, or how can we change this to make this work? Let me see what your invite looks like. Like that's the beauty of having success partners and having a group and being on power hours with people, right? Like we'll just do random power hours throughout the week, and that's a place for us to ask questions as well.
Yeah, and that Flawless Empire document is really good. The one thing I encourage you guys to do is find your own voice. If you're using that document, under no circumstances are you copy, paste, and send.
No.
Absolutely never. That's like the worst thing you can do because it's not you. Listen, if you can't tell by now, I'm like way out there and goofy crazy. If I send, hi, Jessica, not sure if you saw, but I'm running, like, that's just not me. And people are going to be like, that's not Jennifer. So like, if you're using a document like that, which are so great, like Joanna said, the one in the Flawless Empire page is like full of amazing scripts. Change it to make it you, and it'll like escalate your success even more.
Yeah. And also like you cannot send a message to someone that's like blank with no like exclamations and emojis. And then like a day later, you're like emoji city all up on them, throwing up with hearts and rainbows and whatever. If you use emojis, freaking own it and send the emojis in your invite, right? Like, don't be afraid. If you send those gifts, send the gift. Like, you got to do your own thing, and what works for me may not work for 10 other people on this call, but that's the cool thing. I love that, Alyssa. Like I'm still changing, and I've been a coach for like 3 years, where I've actively been doing stuff, but you change it up all the time. And that's the cool thing. It's not like you have to follow a certain guideline or a certain script or a certain whatever all the time.
You have to remember that this is your business and you're wanting to connect with these people. And although it's just through, if you say you're not sending voice invites and you're texting, like people can feel your vibe and your energy. So you want to make sure that you're just being real and authentic in you. Like I have no problem with, I know Haley and I do it all the time. We like you guys said, like Stephanie and Jen, like we critique each other. Like I the other day I asked her how many of the coaching won. Like it's just what it is, but just make sure that, it's you.
One more thing that I want to talk about regarding invites that I think is really important is I've also noticed when I switch it up and I talk more about the transformation versus what comes in a challenge pack, you have more success that way. When you talk to somebody about the transformation that they're going to experience versus what's going to come in the box, that hits them in the feels. That makes them really want it more. They could go buy a shake at GNC. They don't know that the nutrition and this and that, they think it's the same thing that's on the shelf at GNC, but we're charging 5 times the price. Until you show them the value and you show them the transformation. I work with a lot of moms because I'm a mom, and I always talk about how they're going to feel in their skin, how they're going to be a better mom because they feel good about themselves, or how their husband's going to think they're hot again. If you guys know me, I'm a little inappropriate in life in general. I will say things that a lot of people won't say. I talk about, hey, wouldn't you want to be part of the MILF Club? Like, that's my thing, and that's how I talk. But if somebody like Jen said that, people would be like, so that's finding your voice and talking how you would talk. Like Haley says, hey, friend, a lot. That's not something that I would ever say because that's just not me. So, if I said that, people would be like, so just make sure you're talking how you would talk. If you're the same way you would talk to your husband or your girlfriend or whatever, be that, because that is who people want to work with, and that's who people are going to continuously follow and want to join.
Does anybody have any more questions? Are you excited? Yes, I'm excited. I know we're all so excited. We have our group message, and I feel like we've just been like itching to get on this call and just like share this with you guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to push you. If prizes motivate you, I think those are fun. So just really Really lean in. Stephanie, you're not for me. Sorry. Okay, we have less than a minute. No other questions?
If anybody on here still needs a success partner, please reach out to your coach because we will get you guys connected. It is really, really important. Or you can even post it in the page. Just be like, hey, looking for a success partner. I want to freaking run with this. Let's do it together, friend. You know, there I go again, Steph, friend. See? But really, it's so important to have that person that you can lean into, even more so than you lean into this group, you know, which is awesome. So let your coach know so we can hook you up with a boo.
All right, it's going to kick us off. So,
well, thank you guys for hopping on. We're really excited, and we look forward to start tomorrow.
Smile. Yay. Okay.
All right.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.